What's up, guys? So, week 14, Saturday. So, you know what that means. It's college football. Um, for my first video, I'm gonna watch one game per time slot, one at 12, one at 3:30, one night game. I'm gonna go through and preview them, what I think about the games. Then at halftime, I'll come back for each game. We'll see how my predictions are doing. And I'll just go over with you what I've seen so far through the game. Game one I'm going to do is the noon slot. It's the game, Ohio State, Michigan at the Big House. Michigan's favored by 8.5 in this game. My keys to the game for Ohio State when they're on offense is establish the run. They've got to do that. I think J.K. Dobbins needs to have a big day. And I think Justin Fields needs to rush at least 15 times. Ohio State's best on offense when Fields is running the ball well, holding on to the ball, not turning it over like they did last week against Penn State. All right. So my keys for Michigan on defense is to obviously contain the run. If you can stop their run game, that means you're probably going to get pressure on Fields. He's not going to have all day in the pocket to throw, and I don't think Fields is that polished of a passer yet. So he certainly can beat you with the arm, but I think it's going to make it more difficult for them to win the game if you limit the run. Also, another key for them is to limit big plays. If they can contain Ohio State's offensive weapons, I think it'll be hard for them to run away with this game. I think Ohio State definitely has the capability of doing that, though. Okay? When Ohio State's on defense, you know the big name. In my opinion, the best player in college football, Chase Young. You've got to get him pressuring the quarterback. I think he has a couple of sacks today. He shows up in big games, guys. He's a beast. Let's see here. Michigan on offense. They've been lackluster on offense this year. So I think their best opportunity to win the game is to run the ball. I don't think Shea Patterson is that good of a passer. I really don't. I don't think he's very good at all, in my opinion. You guys know I'm a Florida fan, so I got to see him live in action last year in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Not impressive at all. Control the clock for Michigan. If they can shorten the game, keep it close. I mean, they're at home. Anything can happen. You've got to keep it close and give yourself a shot at the end. That means no turnovers. Ohio State, I mean, their defense is legit, I believe. So if you can limit the turnovers and keep Justin Fields and J.K. Dobbins and them playmakers off the field, give yourself a chance at the end of the game. As far as my prediction goes for this game, I really think Ohio State is probably the most complete team in the country. So I'm going to have to go with Ohio State. The spread's 8.5. That's about right. I think Ohio State will cover. I think they win by 10 or so. If I had to guess the score, I'd say 31-20, 28-20, somewhere in that range. But I think they do cover. That's my opinion. All right, for the 3:30 slot, I chose the Iron Bowl, Alabama at Auburn. They've got Auburn plus 3.5, so that means they're getting 3.5 points. All right, my keys to the game, when Bama's on offense, we all know the big Heisman hopeful Tua's not playing today. He's hurt. Prayers up for that guy. Great kid. I think you need to get the ball to your playmakers in space. Can they do it? Can Jones do it? The backup QB? Yes, he can. You've got to get the ball out of his hands fast. We know that Auburn front seven, especially their D-line, is legit. They're a problem. So if the ball gets out of his hands quick, get it to your playmakers, let them make plays. I think Alabama will be fine on offense. When Auburn's on defense, they've got to get to the quarterback. Jones has never played in a game like this, in an environment like this. It's going to be loud. It's going to be packed. Can he keep from making mistakes that'll cost his team the game? I think he can. I mean, Saban's a great coach, so he's going to make sure the game doesn't come down to Jones. It's going to come down to clock management, turnovers, and they're going to rely on that defense a little bit, which I don't think their defense is that good. Okay. Another thing when Auburn's on defense, tackle. Missed tackles, kill defenses. They're backbreakers. If they can tackle in open space, and I think they'll be fine. Like I said, if they pressure Mac Jones, I think they've got a legit shot of beating Alabama, pulling the upset today. Of course, the same thing with Ohio State. This has big playoff implications. I think Ohio State could still get in with a loss to Michigan as long as they win the Big Ten. Alabama, I think, is out with a loss. They're not playing in the conference championship game. So if they lose, they're out. Playoff eliminator. They'll be ready, I believe. When Auburn's on offense, they need to make big plays, which they're certainly capable of. They have playmakers. Bo Nix has struggled a lot this year, but I don't think Alabama's defense is that good, in my opinion. So as long as they don't turn the ball over, they've got a legit shot, I believe. They really do. Okay, when Auburn's on offense, Bo Nix needs to take care of the football. No turnovers. If you turn the ball over a lot against Alabama, you don't stand a chance. If you can take care of the football, control that clock, give yourself a chance at the end. You're at home. I mean, you got the home field advantage. Make big plays. If they can make a couple of explosive plays, score, make sure you punch the ball in when you get in the red zone, they're going to be fine. This game's going to be an exciting one, I believe. You got to stay on the field. Let's see what else I've got here. Control the clock. Already said that. Okay, so as far as my prediction goes, I didn't do Bama defense. Okay, Bama defense. I don't think they're good enough to just completely shut down Auburn. I think they need to get a few turnovers, 2 or 3, maybe a Bo Nix interception. And get pressure on Bo Nix. He's shown in the past that under pressure he will make some bad decisions and turn the ball over. So, like I said, the spread's 3.5. Oh, that's good. In this game, I like Alabama to win, but I think it's going to be. I don't think they'll cover. I think it's going to be a 3-point game. So I think Auburn has a legit shot at pulling the upset today too. Okay, and for the 7:30 game, the late game slot, I did FSU at Florida. Florida giving up 17.5. I'm a Gator fan, so I'm a little biased, guys. Sorry. The keys to Florida on offense, something we haven't done all year, guys. We've got to establish the run. I think to do that, Emory Jones gives us our best chance. I like Trask. I like what he's done this year. The guy's earned every bit of respect he's gotten. Great thrower, and I expect him to start, but I expect to see a lot of Emory Jones today. I just don't. People have been gashing FSU this year with the run game. I like to see Emory come in, maybe put Kadarius Toney in the backfield with him, run a little read option out of that, maybe even a little triple option with P. Ryan or Damian Pierce. But like I said, we've got to establish the run. We got to see more Emory Jones, I think, today. I don't think we have a problem with FSU. They're not very good, but it is a rivalry game. So we can't take them lightly. I don't think we will. When FSU's on defense, their key is to create turnovers. Look, guys, I don't think they can stay in the game with us unless they have 3 or 4 turnovers. If we take care of the football, we should win handily. No problem. We should win by a couple scores minimum. Another key to FSU on defense, I think they have to score a defensive touchdown to stay in the game. I really do. When Trask is in there, he takes care of the ball. He does a really good job of doing that. Our running backs haven't fumbled that much this year. So we'll see. I don't like FSU's defense. I don't think they're very good. Their best player is also not playing today, Marvin Wilson. I think he's a nose tackle. He's not playing today, so I don't like FSU's chances. So let's see. When FSU's on offense, they got to protect the quarterback. I don't think they can do that. Their offensive line is one of the worst in the country. And we have Jonathan Grenard. We have Jabari Zuniga is healthy from what I've read. We got freshman Chris Bogle. We got Muhammad Diabate, freshman also coming off the edge. I think we sack him at least 3 or 4 times a day, probably more. But if they want to stay in the game, they have to protect the quarterback. Another thing they have to do is, I heard earlier in the week Cam Akers was not expected to play, but as of today, I've heard he is expected to play. So they've got to get him the ball. He's their most dynamic playmaker on offense. Tamarian Terry is also another good one, but I think we're going to limit him. I think Cam Akers can carry this offense. Maybe not against our defense, but we'll see. So that's another key for them. When we're on defense, stop the run. Stop Cam Akers. If we stop Cam Akers, I think this gets ugly. I'd like to see Grantham run a lot of man covers today. We have the guys. I think we match up well with the playmakers on the edge. I like C.J. Henderson, Marco, Kyer Elam, guys that played really well at the safeties. I like Sean Davis, Brad Stewart. I think we match up really well. I don't think they're going to be able to throw the ball on us. I like to see us run some man and try to make them beat us in man coverage. I don't think they can do it. I don't think they have good quarterback play. I mean, whether it's James Blackman or what's the other guy the transfer from Wisconsin, I don't think they can do it. So, as far as my prediction, like I said, I'm a little biased. I like Florida to cover 17.5 at home, night game, senior night. I think we send the seniors out on an ironic note. And to the seniors, I want to say a word. I've enjoyed watching you guys play. You've turned our program around along with Coach Mullen's help. And I appreciate what you've done and all the sacrifices you've made. And go let it all hang out one last time in the swamp in front of the home crowd at night. Thank you. And like I said, the next time I'll talk to you will be at halftime of the Michigan-Ohio State game. And we'll see what my predictions, how true they are. So, with that being said, go Gators, and I'll see y'all in a little while. All right, guys, it's currently halftime of our first game of the day, Ohio State, Michigan. It's Ohio State 28, Michigan 16 at the half. One thing that has really surprised me so far is the play of Shea Patterson. The kid's balling. He did have a turnover in the red zone. The snap looked to be very easily to handle. I mean, looks like he just lost concentration, maybe trying to make a play before he had the ball in his hands. He fumbles, turns it over. Ohio State capitalizes. They score a touchdown on it. Let's see here. Fields is 8 of 16, 200 yards and a touchdown. 50% completion percentage. He's made the throws when he's had to. But the big story is J.K. Dobbins had a great half. 17 carries, 103 yards, 3 touchdowns already. They're really gashing them. They really are. And even when Michigan manages to stop them on first and second down, Fields seems to be able to make the throw when it counts. Shea Patterson, 14 of 19, 250 yards and a touchdown. Dude's playing really good football. If Donovan Peoples-Jones doesn't drop that touchdown in the end zone, we're talking a two touchdown half against an elite defense. Probably the most surprising part of the game for me is Chase Young. Michigan's O-line is doing a great job of neutralizing him. Haven't heard his name called a lot. Nico Collins making some big time plays for Michigan. The big thing was the penalty. Ohio State forces a turnover in the red zone. Michigan's defense comes out and they hold. I think it was 4th and 4. Ohio State lines up to punt. They're around midfield, I believe. Lines up to punt. They run a hard count, and Michigan jumps off sides. Gives Ohio State a first down, and they end up scoring. It's a big play. So far, Michigan has impressed me. They're still in this game. I believe they get the ball after half. Let me see. I've got it in my notes. No, actually, Ohio State's going to get the ball. They need to come out and get a 3 and out. No questions asked. I seen something one of the commentators said earlier. I wanted to touch on it. Barry Odom has been let go of Missouri. Some names you can watch there. They're pretty much on every coaching hot board. Everybody looking for a coach right now. Matt Campbell, Iowa State. He's done a phenomenal job there. Dave Clawson at He's at Wake Forest. PJ Fleck, I know he just signed an extension, but guy can coach. Done a phenomenal job at Minnesota. And Mike Norvell from Memphis. Those are names you can watch there. My keys to the second half, they've got Michigan has to get stops on defense. They got to make up for that turnover. They got to force one. They need to force a turnover on defense. And keep control of the clock. And Patterson's making big plays. Really surprised me. So we'll see how the second half plays out. Let's look around. Let's see if we can get some more scores from around the country. See, I haven't, literally the only game I've been watching is the Ohio State game. I did turn it to the Georgia game for a short time. I saw they were up 17-7. I seen Rodrigo miss the field goal right before half to go up 27. He misses it wide right. Let's see what kind of scores we're looking at right now. Clemson up big on South Carolina. No surprise there. Indiana beating Purdue. Let's go here. See if we got any other ones. Anything surprising? Syracuse is beating Wake Forest. That's surprising. Maybe Clawson isn't a good hire after all. But that's pretty much it. You'll see me again once the Ohio State-Michigan game goes final. My prediction, Ohio State, they're already up 2 scores. I think their defense will go in. They'll settle down. I don't see Michigan scoring. I don't see Shea Patterson making as many big plays in the second half. We'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe they can keep it close. I think Ohio State, especially if they score on this first drive, it could get ugly. As far as that goes, Harbaugh could be coaching for his job here. I know, especially early in the season, a lot of Michigan fans weren't satisfied with the job he'd been doing coaching. So, I mean, especially after that Army game where Army was able to keep it close. But yeah, we'll see after halftime. We'll see what's going on. I'll take you into some scores around the country. Give you my analysis, what I think about it. Like I said, the next big game we'll do is Auburn, Alabama, coming up at 3:30. But you'll see me before then. All right, guys. All right, guys. This Ohio State game's not even over yet, but it's over. It's 42-16. We had a scare. Justin Fields took a blow to the knee. It looked bad, but he was able to put a brace on it and come back in. And his first play, he threw a touchdown. So it looks like Ohio State's going to run away with this game. So they did cover the spread as my prediction was right. They dominated, man. J.K. Dobbins had a field day out there. The kid is a legit threat to go to the distance at any time. And that opens up Fields in the throwing game, which Fields made the big throws today. Michigan just didn't look like they belonged on the field with Ohio State today, to be honest. I mean, Patterson has played well, but it just hasn't been enough. I've been watching a little bit of the Georgia game, too. They're dominating. I seen Swift fumbled, but he got hurt. So I hope he gets to come back before next week. They're definitely going to need him against LSU. I will be doing a preview of the conference championship games coming up sometime this week. I'll drop the video. But y'all guys bear with me. I'm trying to work on my editing skills and my filming skills. We'll see how it goes. Right now, we're going to get ready for this. I'm going to go grab some food. We're going to get ready for this Auburn, Alabama game. I'm going to take you around my living room a little bit and give you all my buddies' previews and their predictions on the game before the game starts. All right. See you now. All right. I have A.J. Powell here. Prediction on the Auburn, Alabama game?
21-17 Auburn.
I like it. I like it. Parker.
Taped.
Auburn, Alabama.
Alabama.
Score.
21-18.
21-18 Alabama. Okay. You. Cam.
I meant Auburn.
Alabama.
Score.
Oh wait, what do I want?
28-7.
28-7.
On draw.
Auburn, 23-17.
Alabama, 28-22.
There you have it, folks.
Throwing hands.
There's a fight.
There you have it, folks. Let's get Darcy's opinion.
No.
No cap. Who y'all got?
Huh?
Auburn or Alabama?
Alabama.
Score.
Tua ain't playing. You just lost that.
Score.
31-0.
31-0 Alabama.
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Just football.
Football, the game. What do you think? Alabama.
Score.
Y'all wrong.
31. I don't know.
31 to I don't know.
28-7.
Auburn score.
24-7.
Ooh, dang.
We have some bold prediction, guys. We're gonna see. We'll see how they pan out. All right, guys. All right, guys. We're at halftime of the Alabama-Auburn game. 31-27. Bama's the score. So far, Bo Nix has played really well, surprisingly. Alabama's defense isn't very good, as I said earlier. Let's see what else. Mac Jones has played all right. But Najee Harris is pounding that thing in there, man. He runs really physical. It's a physical game, an exciting game. I can't wait to see how it finishes. Let's take a look at some other scores real quick. Let's see what else we got going on in college. I know the Minnesota and Wisconsin game's going on. That's to see who plays Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship. I don't think it's going to matter. Ohio State's legit. Notre Dame's actually losing to Stanford right now with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. That's surprising. Penn State up on Rutgers. Not surprising. Baylor blowing out Kansas. Wisconsin is winning 10-7 at the start of the third quarter. Wow, that game's moving along pretty fast. I don't know if you guys watch. I know most of my followers and people that are going to watch this are probably Georgia fans. I'm going to speak on the Blaylock situation. Not the Blaylock situation, the George Pickens situation. You got to remember he's a freshman. This is a heated rivalry. Stuff like that happens. I play football. He lost himself in the moment. Don't be too hard on the kid. He's going to make mistakes, but the kid plays hard. And it is going to cost him, I think, especially with Cager being out. We hope Swift will be back. I really like to see that game be interesting. I think it will be. Georgia's defense is legit. I think they're going to need Pickens. I believe they said he'll be back for the second half of the game. I'm almost positive. So we'll see how that goes. But as far as the situation goes, I mean, he was punched first. He wasn't the instigator. He retaliated and threw a couple punches. He's a kid, man. Kids make mistakes. You see it all the time in high school. You see it multiple times in college. Don't be too hard on the kid. Just playing in the heat of the moment, out there trying to do his thing. A lot of people are calling him selfish. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. But he wasn't thinking at the time. I mean, it happened in the blink of an eye, so he didn't use his best judgment. It's going to hurt his team, but I'm sure Georgia will rally around him, and it's probably going to be a bad week for him at practice. Smart's probably going to ream him out about that, but so far we got a pretty good game going on here. The Iron Bowl's lived up to expectations. I can't wait to see what the second half's got. I'll see y'all after, and then my Gators are going to get after some Seminole ass. Let's go, baby.
What just happened?
Auburn has done it, guys. We are freaking live right here. Live.
What happened?
Check it out, guys.
Who said Auburn? Who said Auburn was going to win that? I might have got the score wrong.
A lot of people did.
Did they? Did a lot of people?
I think everybody but Darcy. I'll have to go back and look.
Well, Kyler said
The game's over.
copyright.
What about it? That ain't no. The game's over.
What else to it?
The real game comes on next. Florida State. I'm rocking with the Gators. Let's go. Florida State. Who you got?
Florida.
Score.
35-13.
35-13. Florida State.
42-14. Florida.
What?
Florida State.
Florida.
Score.
32-7. Florida. Do I have to do the score or no?
Have to do the
Can I
score.
make another pick? Florida State will score first, but Florida will win.
Score.
Bold prediction.
Same one as earlier, 24-7.
42-14.
Florida, 35-17, baby.
Don't come at me.
35-13.
Who you got?
Florida State. I'm just kidding. Florida.
Score?
30-12.
30-12?
Me, because I'm the motherfucking goat. Oh, God.
That's cap.
You need to
No,
watch your
no
language.
cap.
We're keeping this PG.
Florida State.
Florida.
Score.
About 30-28.
I said
30-28.
Get off of me.
53-0. Parker, how you even get 53?
Florida. Big.
A whole lot of missing field goals.
45-20. Yeah, 45-20. Let's go. Here we are, halftime of the Florida game. 30-7 Gators, the good guys. Florida State's laughable, man. They're pretty bad. It was pretty evident they were desperate from the first snap. They ran a hook and lateral the first snap. They attempted a double pass. It got blue dead. That shows how desperate they are. They knew they weren't going to be able to score a lot of points. I expect to see a lot of young guys get in the game in the second half. I want to see a lot more Emory Jones. We've seen him. I think he was in probably about 6 plays first half. He just opens up the run game, in my opinion, and I like it. We were able to run the ball more effectively than we have all year. So I was pleased with that. Offensive line's playing pretty good. We've kept Trask clean for the most part. We've gotten some pressure on Blackman. They try to throw a wrinkle at us and bring in their more dual threat quarterback, Jordan Travis. He's had a little bit of success running the ball, a lot more than I'd like to see. In the second half, like I said, I would like to see Piron, a senior, get a touchdown. I'd like to see Cleveland get a touchdown, Tyree Cleveland. And Josh Hammond. Josh Hammond, I'd like to see him get a touchdown as well. We got Van Jefferson, senior, a touchdown, and we got Freddie Swain 2 touchdowns already. And Damian Pierce, sophomore, from Bainbridge, Georgia. He scored a touchdown, rushing touchdown. Overall, I'm pleased. If we want to be a top 5 program and contend for national titles, this is what you do to teams like Florida State. You make statements. I expect us, if this trend continues, Alabama lost earlier to Auburn. That puts them at 2 losses as well. I think they fall below us. That should put us in the top 10. Anyway, we'll get into that when they drop the rankings Tuesday. I'll probably make another video on my thoughts. But so far, I'm pleased, and I hope we continue in the second half. I really want to put 50 on them. I do. I want to drop a 50 on them. So we'll see if that happens. Anyway, go Gators.
Yes. Can I get 2 separate orders, please? On the first one, I need a number 7 with no tomatoes.
What's the drink?
Sprite.
Anything else on that order?
Yes, ma'am. A chicken wrap.
I'm sorry, they just continue the wrap.
All right, a cheeseburger.
Okay.
And what? And a caramel milkshake.
What size?
Medium.
Okay. Is that it on that first order?
No, ma'am.
Or the medium M&M Blizzard.
A medium. It's like a milkshake, but it's got the M&Ms in it.
You talking about a Blizzard, the M&M Blizzard?
No, that's not it.
I could put M&Ms in the shake.
It may be a Blizzard. Yeah, that's it. Blizzard.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
Alright. Anything else on the first order?
That'll do me.
That one's $19.72. So we got order.
On the other order, I need a 6-piece strip basket.
You need a drink with it or without the drink?
Yeah, a drink.
Okay. What's your drink in different size?
Dr. Pepper, and it's like the white stuff.
The gravy.
No, that's not it.
We got ranch.
It's like they put it on steak sometimes. Like the country fried steak.
Yeah, the gravy.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yes, sir. Anything else on that order?
That'll do it.
That one's gonna be $9.06.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So we're
All right, guys. So my late game is now over. Florida won 40-17. I wanted 50 points, but wasn't meant to be. So my takes from the game: Freddie Swain went out on a high note. Our senior scored 2 touchdowns. Van Jefferson also scored 2 touchdowns. I would have liked to see us get Michael Piron some more touches, but it didn't happen. So with that being said, I think we played fairly well. We got a little sloppy in the second half, but all in all, I'm happy with it. To end today's vlog, I'm going to go through some of the big scores from today. Like I said, Ohio State very much still proved they probably deserve to be number 1. They looked really good against Michigan today. LSU thumps A&M. No surprise there. Burrow definitely going to win the Heisman. Clemson beat South Carolina pretty bad. No surprise there. They've been cruising lately. They're looking really good. Georgia, Rex Tech. No surprise there. We spoke on the Cager situation. I mean, not the Cager. The George Pickens situation earlier, so I'm not going to go back over that. Number 5, Bama falls to Auburn 48-45. We went over that. And I want to speak on Alabama for a second. So who is Alabama's best win? I mean, it's probably Texas A&M. That win is not looking very strong right now. A&M is 7-5 on the season, 4-4 in the conference. Not looking very strong. They have good losses, yes, they do. They lost to top 15 Auburn on the road in the Iron Bowl, and they lost to number 2 LSU at home. But for some reason, I got a sneaky feeling the committee is going to have them ranked above Florida on Tuesday night, and it's going to make me mad because I think I have a valid argument. Florida's losses are to number 2 LSU on the road at night in Death Valley. We hung with them for a majority of the game. In the fourth quarter, they ran away with a little bit. They won by 2 scores. And Georgia, the number 4 team in the country, on a neutral field, we lost by 1 possession. I'm not going to blame it on a questionable call, but there was a questionable call that led to a Georgia touchdown. So I think our losses are better, and I think our win against Auburn is better than any win they have. I don't see how they can rank them ahead of us, but I got a feeling they are. All right, Utah wins 45-15 over Colorado. Oklahoma beats Oklahoma State. Wisconsin beats Minnesota, so that sets up a Wisconsin-Ohio State Big Ten championship. Baylor beats Kansas pretty bad. Baylor and Oklahoma will go at it again for the Big 12 title. Anything else surprising, really? Oregon and Utah are going to battle it out for the Pac-12. I think if Utah doesn't win that game, I think they're out of the playoff. I don't think they have a chance getting in. We'll preview that later. Any other big games? That pretty much does it, guys. Tuesday, when they drop the rankings, I'll come back and make a video on my reaction. I'll react to it, and I'll also preview the conference championship weekends. I'll go through all the matchups. I'll tell you what my predictions are and what my keys to the game are. I'm really looking forward to the SEC championship game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think everybody's not giving Georgia a chance, and I think they're going to make it a game. So, with that, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so y'all get notified when I post. I'm going to be doing some pranks and stuff too, so I'm not just going to be doing football. It's going to be some funny videos. I have a snippet in this video. You've seen it earlier, so that's just nothing serious, but we're going to get to doing some fun stuff on this channel too. So thank y'all for y'all's time.